Let's don't let a good thing die.
Is it scary when people get to a level of wealth that they can kind of have anything? Like, what is some of that?
In my experiences, like I'll get invited to these parties, right, that are really nice house and stuff, right? But there'll be 50 servants, right? 5 people to answer the door, 6 people that just specialize in toast, right? Just ridiculous shit, right? And all of them, like, how do you live like this? Because it's bad enough, like I have too big a house. And so you have to have people there to clean it and stuff like that. And there's no privacy just with that. And there's people that'll have like 10 people in the house at all times.
Dude, I remember when I first got a clean lady for it to come once a week, I helped her like the first month.
CIA-funded psychiatrists tried to reprogram the human soul. Dr. Ewan Cameron's patients came in for anxiety, depression, even postpartum blues, the ordinary pain of being human. But behind the soft voice and lab coat was something darker. Under the code name MKUltra, the CIA funded his experiments. Experiments meant to depattern the mind, to wipe identity clean. Cameron called it psychic driving, violent electroshock, massive doses of LSD, looped messages playing for hours while patients were sedated. Some were kept in drug-induced comas for weeks. When they left, they didn't know their own names. Some had to relearn how to speak. Others never came back. Cameron believed the mind was a machine, a pattern that could be rewritten. Can the soul really be edited?
Yo, why is he flying the plane like it's a damn Nissan Altima? Hope you got your popcorn ready, folks, because in this episode, we're going to kick back and watch TikToks that might make you rethink reality. With all that being said, let's get into it.
There's a feeder group to the main group.
What does that mean?
It means they invite entertainers and different people. They figure out who they can hand select for the main group.
I got invited.
I did too.
Who owns CNBC, who owns Fox, who owns CNN. At the top of the shareholder list, you have Vanguard and Blackrock. You look at the food, who are the top shareholders of all this junk food? Vanguard and Blackrock. Who owns Meta, Snapchat, Twitter, Google? Oh, it's the same company. It's Blackrock, it's Vanguard. Profit-driven companies. So the media is controlled, the food is controlled, the narrative is controlled. So it's this ecosystem of how to print butterflies out of thin air.
Now we got to take it a step further and ask who owns Vanguard and Blackrock. That's the real question.
You ever heard of the dude named Walter Russell?
No.
Just want to preface beforehand, he was not a Christian. In 1926, he had a 39-day period of cosmic illumination. He was basically in like a trance. Like there was this being that came to him and was teaching him everything about the universe.
Okay, so this wasn't self-induced.
No.
Something visited him?
So he said he had direct union with the universal consciousness. And he believed that what this thing told him was that everything is actually made up of light. It's not physical. Like our life that we're experiencing right now is just a projection of this universal consciousness. So we're basically living inside the consciousness of this God.
Yeah.
But he like was writing out like math formulas and stuff to like prove this advanced science. But this dude had no scientific background. But he's like, this is just what they showed me. And he stated that humanity needed to live in alignment with the universal law and divine order, or it would suffer chaos, war, and collapse. He was ignored and dismissed by everyone in mainstream science. But this is where it gets weird. Nikola Tesla,
listener of crazy people,
approached him. He said, keep your ideas secret until you have proof. He said, you should lock them up in a safe for 1,000 years.
Look how many square things are on this water tower. And then look at the second water tower I'm about to show.
Who owns the media in Maine? Like, who's responsible for this? Deliberately ignoring a crisis.
The largest newspaper company currently is owned by the Maine Trust for Local News, which is a subsidiary of the National Trust for Local News, which is a nonprofit funded by George Soros.
So George Soros controls the media in Maine.
He funds it.
George Soros is a freaking octopus. The man's controlling a lot more than people realize, trust me.
What is the strange fact that you feel like no one will believe you?
There's a lake in Africa that exploded and 1,700 people. It's called Lake Nyos, and back in the 80s, it just randomly released a humongous invisible cloud of carbon dioxide, and it basically just rolled right over the nearby villages and everyone and everything in their sleep.
That's insane.
The people who did survive, they woke up to just dead animals and dead people everywhere, including birds that just fell out of the sky. And it continues to happen, except that they've installed these pipes into the lake to release the gas slowly instead of all at once, creating, a cataclysmic event.
I just looked it up. Only 845 survivors.
It was crazy that, 15 years ago, psychopath Alex Jones was talking about it. It was like, there's an island where they f kids. And the frogs are gay. And back then, we were like, this guy's nuts. And now we're like, he was right. The frogs are gay. You see them hopping around, lily pad to lily pad. It's gross. No, Epstein's Island was a real thing. The flight logs are on the internet. You can look them up. They're there. They're right there. You can see who's on there. All the hits are on there. All your boys, they're all on there. Bill Clinton went there allegedly 26 times. That's so many times. Those aren't layovers. That is a direct flight, dude. That wasn't like, oh, what do we have to stop? Oh, Epstein's? Oh, shit. Okay, well. When in Rome, saxophone.
And then used to do this, the Tuesday morning kill list. Did you hear about that?
No.
He would meet at the White House with CIA reps every Tuesday morning, and they would come up with a list of people to be killed that week.
John Brennan had a Tuesday morning meeting to go through with CIA who they're gonna kill that week?
Yeah.
What an interesting meeting.
Yeah. The Tuesday morning kill list meeting.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's not surprising. They probably just moved it to Wednesday now.
We live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. When I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Just tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks, but don't tell me something that you think I'm supposed to know.
Hey guys, I am 200 feet below the surface of Poland in a salt mine, and this is freaking amazing. Look at, the miners made this church. It's the biggest underground church. Anyways, I thought it was pretty cool.
Let's talk about Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has had a weird Instagram for a very long time. Things like this where he's finding children's shoes. Here he just happened to find a child's pacifier in Central Park. Here's another one where he posts a child's shoe on a couch. Like, if you were putting out your couch to sell or give away, would you just leave a child's shoe there? Like, what are the possibilities that he's placing these items there? Here's another creepy IG post I found of him promoting somebody's song, but look at that cover. That's clearly a child in distress. Hello? Even more weird, this song largely has been removed from the internet, which was also eerie. And again, look at that picture, a child in distress wearing a mask. Weird. But the weirdest of all Tom Hanks posts happened in 2019. Here it is. Here you see the caption. There's a random glove on the ground. He talks about Route 66.
What's up with Hollywood? Why is it so damn evil?
Hi, I'm Angie Harrington, and I'm going to give you the aerial school UFO incident in 30 seconds. In 1994, at a school in Zimbabwe, 62 children all report seeing a UFO land at recess. They described the same silver craft and same being with big black eyes. The aliens gave them telepathic messages warning them about the future of Earth. And this is the art from the children of what they saw. Decades later, the children, now adults, still stand by what they saw in this field.
Question real quick. Who owns Blackrock?
Larry Fink. Actually, Blackrock was founded by 5 Jewish people. They're still all involved.
Yeah, people don't realize how evil BlackRock is. This is the biggest financial company in the world. They're the ones pushing the DIA. They're the ones pushing all the weird stuff, a lot of the gay stuff.
ESG.
stuff. Like, how is that in a financial benefit? These are not our friends.
This is allegedly the storm that took place over Texas, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Now, people been saying, they've been asking, Grok, is this AI? And Grok said, nah. So I'm really gonna need y'all help with this one. Do y'all think this is AI? I'm gonna show y'all the video. But I'm like, what the fuck is this? Look at this shit, y'all. What the hell is that? What is that? Is that like water just pouring down in one spot? It looked like it's a fire. Look at that, y'all. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's real, but that's allegedly the video that's circulating saying that was the cloud that was over Texas, y'all. Now, if that's true, have y'all ever seen anything like that? It looked like a battle was taking place up in the clouds on some Star Wars shit. Like, was that water just dropping down profusely? Like somebody cut on the faucet and forgot to turn it off type shit.
I'm willing to bet that this video is AI, but if it is real, I put all the blame on cloud seeding.
There's a lot of people walking around that don't have memories. Because if you're not present, and if your nervous system isn't settled, the part of the brain that stores long-term memories is not online. It's the weirdest experience to have full periods of your life where you can't locate a memory. And the reason why is if you are in a state where you're the watcher and you're on edge, or you're in your head, like, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Or did that person think this? Or, oh God, what if I flunk it? You're not present to capture the memories. And it's somewhere in there because it is extraordinary what you can go back and locate in the system and then put it in, the storage system that allows you to recall it. One of the things that I think is unbelievable for our kids is that they have all of this record of all of the things that are happening. Yes. Like to be able, if I could look back and see all these photos, oh my gosh, I would probably recall being there.
Yeah, it sucks, but truthfully, I don't remember too much of my childhood either.
The Apkallu, who get confused being the Anunnaki. What I have recently discovered, a lot of different methods to encounter and get in touch with these beings, shamanistic methods, shall we say, but also altering their consciousness through substances. One thing in particular are mushroom tablets. They are cuneiform tablets shaped as mushrooms, and they have prayers that go around them, and their purpose was to be placed into the walls of the temple. Likewise, they did this communication, but they use the iconography of the mushroom. The mushroom is the conduit to the gods. But what I also found, the opium poppy was something that they were using in what was called the whole gill, and that was their word for joy plant. And when mixed with other substances, it was something they could use to anoint the king, to allow them to be christened, have their third eye opened, and be able to then commune with these Apkallu.
I've always heard that psychedelics were a way to tap into the spirit world. Never tried it myself, but stuff like this makes me really wonder if that's actually true.
Exactly. Actually, I did, whenever you do a film like this where you fight Satan or the devil, you have to prepare yourself the right way. And so I did research in satanic kind of cults and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, in Los Angeles right now, there's like 50,000 devil worshippers. And that's not even include, that's not even including the agents.
Yeah.
But let me
Our
tell you
crowd was
something.
too busy cheering satanic worship to hear
Yeah,
the joke.
exactly.
That was
I never knew zodiac signs are demon twins. Demons ain't nothing to fuck with. You is not Luke Kang. For Aries, we're the demon Asmodeus. Have you ever pissed off an Aries, bruh? Because if you do, this is what they gonna pull out. We talking about the Master Sword, bruh. Now that's a demon. For Gemini, we're the demon Legion. Hey, do you need a watcher, bruh? These is the ones you wanna hire, because they put 4 eyes on everything. Now imagine if they had glasses, 8 eyes. Damn, that's a demon. For Capricorn, we're the demon Baphomet. Hey, bruh, these is not the ones you want to play with in a staring contest. Bruh, they is not going to blink. Your eyes is going to turn red, like a demon. Boy, your eyes is going to be as red as your nose in the winter, looking like Rudolph. Now that's a demon. For Libra, we're the demon Lucifer. Bruh, these is the ones God chose for Judgment Day. So you better make sure your scale is tipping to the right. Libra the karma demon, bruh.
I was patiently waiting for him to say something about Aquarius, but he just skipped over it.
Have you guys ever heard of Skinny Bob.
This is scary. It sounds scary.
It's a little spooky. Skinny Bob was this random video posted by this channel, Ivan0135. This video was posted 11 years ago. But in this video, it is supposedly a collection of videos from 1942 to 1969 of interviewing an alien. It's very mysterious. The crazy thing about this Ivan0135 dude never monetized the videos, never came out and said who it was. So you look at that and you think that does kind of look like it'd be CGI.
Prince Charles, before he became King Charles III, he said he was descended from Vlad the Impaler, which is who Dracula is based on, the vampire movies. And Dracula means son of a dragon, with the A on the end, and it's rooted in Draconta and Dracont, meaning a watcher in Greek. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because Vlad the Impaler is your typical noble Celt, your noble giant. He's red hair, he's hazel-eyed, pale skin, sensitive to light, educated at the mystery school in Austria, in Vienna, and he's of the bloodlines, and he takes his bloodlines back to a tribe produced by Hercules, the Agrathi, and another branch as well.
I will never not love Kanye, because when he took the bullet for us by exposing that, when he published the Harley Pasternak text, that was the first time we got this concrete evidence of what they're doing in the music industry.
So crazy.
And like, you better believe that's a pattern, you know, just look at all the people he manages.
That guy, he was the trainer of just like dozens of the biggest celebrities.
And so it's like, and then right after that, Kanye disappears and comes back fucking crazy. Like, give me a break.
Have you guys gone in and explored that hidden chamber? And if not, when will you be doing so? Because to be honest, we could do it by the end of the weekend. It's not difficult to drill a half-inch diameter hole and send in an endoscope here. So have we been in there? And if not, when are we going, brother? I need to know. This will answer all of our questions. If you want to squash debate involving, you know, conspiracy theorists and everything, all we got to do is go in and look. We know where it's at. We could drill a hole. This is doable.
Yeah, I agree. Why can't you just go in?
I answered your question, and I said,
so you're saying we have not gone in and explored that chamber. Is that correct?
Can you please let me to answer you?
Yes.
I already answered you, and I said, all this voids that we found, the Scan Pyramid team and the English team, right now we are discussing and studying how we are going to get in. You cannot just go in directly like this. You have to make a study. You have to research it. You have to decide as a scientist, when can you do it? And when we can do it,
9 years.
we do that, we can...
Yeah, come on. I mean, we sent rockets. We sent rockets to the...
Wrong.
Hang on,
you are wrong.
Dr.
I'm sorry.
We have sent rockets to the moon since the 60s. I mean, the idea we can get to the moon in space rockets, but we can't get inside a chamber of a tomb in a pyramid. I mean, come on.
Do you want me to answer now or still any talk? I told you what we found inside the Great Pyramid. And I told you this year, 2025, is the year that we are studying how can we enter inside these voids. And he said 9 years. Yes, it can take more than 9 years. This is the pyramid of Egypt.
Sounds to me like he's worried Egypt won't get the credit for building the pyramids. The dude's ego is holding mankind back.
They were not really fans of Nikola Tesla while he was here because of, you know, the fact that he was honest. He didn't say he came up with his ideas. He said he went to Egypt and got the information, and he said that he studied that in the Sumerians and came up with it, and he wanted to just give free energy to the world. And as soon as they knock him off now, everybody can make billions of dollars off of energy, and everybody can have an electric company, and, you know, so... This road...
Something strange is happening beneath Idaho. Massive cracks are ripping through farmland, and no one can explain why. Locals report hearing deep underground booms. Then the ground splits open, sometimes stretching for miles. Farmers have dropped cameras inside, revealing thick mud, standing water, and what look like tunnel systems running beneath the surface. Geologists say it could be tectonic activity, but here's the problem. There haven't been any major quakes in these areas, and some of these fissures, they're not even showing up on official maps. Idaho has a history of deep fault lines and volcanic tubes, but what if this isn't natural? Some believe it's secret drilling, others think something ancient is waking up underground. You won't hear this on the news, and maybe that's not an accident. And here's the part no one wants to talk about. Some of the cracks have started to close. Not from erosion or rain, but almost like the ground is sealing itself back up. If that's true, we're not just dealing with something breaking through, we might be witnessing something intelligent underneath, watching, waiting, and choosing when to reveal itself.
Man, I really hope this isn't a sign that Yellowstone's about to blow.